Now, more often than not, in the 15th over, Cricbuzz Comm box has generally been a bit of a quiet affair. At most, if New Zealand into bat, we're talking about India having picked up 2 wickets in the first 10 overs, 3 in the first 15. Today, very, very different at Seddon Park in Hamilton. 6 wickets down, so different as far as Team India are concerned. Virat Kohli not there. MS Dhoni still not playing. 39 for 6. All the build-up about Rohit Sharma's 200th ODI, captaining the side today. Shubman Gill coming in for his much-vaunted debut. And this is a sorry state of affairs. Trent Bolt absolutely outstanding. 4 for 8 in 7 overs, looking like even bowling his 10 overs on the trot. I think we'll start by talking about Trent Bolt at the very top. We've got a left-arm quick right next to me, Zaheer Khan. How brilliant has Trent Bolt been? Yes, it's been a bit of help from the surface, slightly too paced, but you need someone to execute when you have help.
Absolutely, you need someone to step up and make use of those conditions. And Trent Bolt today, right from the word go, had that swing. So when you have swing to play with, you can make life difficult for batsmen. More importantly, he got the length right. He was pitching the ball really up, and that's something which you will see from his pitch map as well. He has been a standout bowler so far for New Zealand in the tournament, and today got that deserved help also from the wicket, which he made use of.
Now, looking back at some of the dismissals, I mean, yes, we heard the word soft used in a few occasions, but probably not so much soft as the fact that they were going hard, ironically, at the ball, as opposed to waiting for it, and the two-pace thing, we saw Shubman Gill going at it, Rohit Sharma, and Ambati Rayudu as well. Dinesh Karthik, of course, edging it to the keeper.
That adjustment was required today, particularly looking at the wicket. It was... it's on the softer side. The ball is sticking onto the wicket. That has got that spongy bounce. So we often talk about batsmen deciding what is the pass score and what kind of conditions it is. So that communication was important, which maybe looked like it was missing. You can contribute it to the fact that Virat is also not playing today. So those things needed to be communicated well. On these kind of tracks, you'll often see that you have to take more time than normal. You have to play the deliveries as late as possible. So that's something which is key on these kind of tracks. And the way of dismissals also suggests that. You have caught at covers, playing uppishly. It's something which happens when the wicket has spongy bounce. You will see batsmen restricting and not playing certain shots. So playing that uppishly has certainly one of the major shots which you have to avoid on these kind of surfaces. You've seen 2 cotton bowls as well. That is again suggestive of that fact that the ball is stopping a little. So you have to see the phase of nicely, without losing wickets, not really focusing too much on the runs. But today wasn't the case. And that's something which scoreboard also suggesting now it's going to be very tough for Indian team to put up that pass score. That pass score has to be 200 plus now, get as close to 250 as possible. But unfortunately now we'll have to wait and watch whether Bhuvneshwar and Hardik will be able to put up that big partnership which we are looking at. The conditions are certainly suggesting that it's going to be a tough mountain to climb.
Yeah, optimistic, you're saying? 200, 250. We haven't even got past 54 yet, India's lowest score. We don't want to think negative, but, the very fact that you've got the cream of the batting gone, this is where MS Dhoni, 10 of 55 balls, would have suddenly looked like gold.
Well, I think you still have to focus on the power score, isn't it? Yes, at the moment it's just about just keep batting. Without losing wickets, and hope that you get to that kind of total. We'll see probably Trent Bolt finishing the quota of his 10 over. Kane Williamson will be thinking of picking up wickets, and so he should be. So that's something which you will certainly see. They'll want to go for kill and restore that pride back, isn't it? That's what we've been talking about in this series now. The series is already finished, so it's not going to have any impact on the result of the series. But from New Zealand point of view, I think this performance will certainly give them that boost which is required, looking at the larger picture in mind, which is World Cup later down.
Yes, you spoke about the World Cup. As we said, 3-0 series done and dusted. But the fact is, you could perhaps have conditions like this in England, different venues, different days, month of June. You never know what kind of weather is going to come. It's July and August that's more sunny and warm. But coming back to this game, we talked about opportunities for Kedar Jadhav, Dinesh Karthik, Ambati Rayudu, and of course the debutant Shubman Gill. Well, he's just coming into the game. But for those World Cup slots, Hardik Pandya again, not that he's a doubt in the team, but for him again, great opportunity. It's the earliest he's ever come out to bat in an ODI. So for him, it's just about saying that, let me look at that 50th over if I can still be there, as far as possible, bat deep.
Absolutely, and this is an opportunity to prove his worth as well. That that balance we've been talking about can contribute with the bat as well. So here is the opportunity. The opportunity was there with Dinesh Karthik and Rayudu as well, because we often have been talking about what if we don't get the start which these top three batsmen have been giving India consistently. How do you respond to these kind of situations? And today was certainly that opportunity for all the middle order batsmen to show that they are ready. Even if you lose wicket at the top, we have the ability to control the game in the middle and still get close to the pass score.
One more point from New Zealand's point of view. Yes, Trent bowling beautifully, but what he hasn't had in the series so far, and in the first 3 games he also bowled well. The point is he didn't have anyone at the other end contributing enough. A bit of pace from Lockie Ferguson yet, not playing today, but definitely nothing from Doug Bracewell with the ball. Today, an unlikely hero, a second hero rather, in Colin de Grandhomme, who also will be pushing for that slot in the New Zealand 15 for the World Cup.
Well, we were before the game talking about how this bowling attack is looking, and they don't have out-and-out bowlers. They have New Zealand today has decided to go with a lot of all-rounders, and they got lucky with the conditions, I would say, because if you look at the start as well, apart from Trent Boult, the scoring rate was still decent from the other end. So that's something which has worked in New Zealand's favour today. The conditions which are advantageous to get these all-rounders into play, and that's what Grandhomme has shown. He certainly needs conditions to help him to be proving a good all-rounder.
Yeah, Hardik Pandya, of course, at one end. The other side, Bhuvneshwar Kumar. He's one of those who has always shown his potential with the bat, but today a huge chance for him to show that he needs to stick around, because really after this, there's no real credentials as far as Khalil and Kuldeep and Yuzvendra Chahal, as good as they are with the ball.
Yeah, but you still have to think that you can get to that par score as close as possible. That's something I'm sure at this point it's just about seeing the phase off. You would have expected the middle order to see the phase off through, but you have to deal with whatever you have and still look to make a match out of it.
Now let's throw a realistic number in. We're in the 15th over of Cricbuzz Comm box. I know you were wanting to be optimistic and talk about 200, 250, but let's say even for the bowlers, I mean, you've been captain of a bowling unit in a sense. From the bowling perspective, to say that what's a bare minimum for us to come out and say we can defend it? 130, 140 perhaps even? At least something?
Well, I think the first target has to be 180, 90 runs, for sure. Get close to 200 as possible. That will certainly give you that outside chance, I would say. But the wicket will get better and better. And when you have opportunity of choosing to bat second, and the conditions are such, you would see probably Kane Williamson will also go with a heavy roller, just to get the wicket even better. So all in all, it's going to be a very tough ask from the Indian bowlers as well, to pull this match through. We just have to wait and hope that the batting gets to that total, which is enough to create that dent on the match.
Yes, challenge gets even tougher. Hardik Pandya is still there. Bhuvneshwar Kumar has been dismissed. So India 7 down, still inside the 20 overs. So lots and lots for India to think about. Lots and lots for that composition of that World Cup squad still up for grabs. That's all we have from Cricbuzz Comm box. Will we be back in the 35th over? We don't know yet.